Every 11 seconds, a senior in America falls. My father was one of them. He fell reaching for a coffee mug, broke his hip, and his life changed forever. But here's what the hospital never told us, and what I discovered after traveling to a Shaolin temple in China at age 65. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to teach you the one ancient exercise that completely transformed my balance, and by minute 6, you'll see why my doctor called it the closest thing to a miracle she's ever seen. But first, I need you to do something. Comment the number below right now. How many times have you almost fallen this month? Just the number. Because if it's more than 0, what I'm about to show you could literally save your life. And stay with me, because at the 4-minute mark, I'll reveal the modification that works even if you have bad knees, arthritis, or haven't exercised in years. Look, I know what you're thinking. Another balance exercise, another physical therapist telling you to stand on one foot. I tried all of that. The truth, they don't work for the simple reason that they're treating the symptom, not the cause. See, falling isn't actually about balance, and this is what most doctors miss. It's about something called proprioception, which is your body's ability to know where it is in space. And after age 60, we lose up to 40% of that ability. That's terrifying, right? It means your body literally doesn't know where your feet are anymore. And here's the urgent part. Falls are the leading cause of injury death in adults over 65. Not heart attacks, not strokes, falls. And once you fall the first time, your risk of falling again increases by 60%. This is why this matters right now, not next month, not when you get around to it. But here's what changed everything for me, and wait until you see what happens when I show you the research at minute 5. It'll blow your mind. Last year I did something crazy. I traveled to China and spent 2 weeks with Shaolin monks. These men are in their 70s, 80s, some even 90s, and they move like they're 30. Perfect balance. Zero fear. I watched a 76-year-old monk stand in one position for 40 minutes without wavering, and when I asked him his secret, he smiled and said 2 words: horse stance. Now, before you click away thinking this is some impossible kung fu move, just stay with me for a second, because researchers at Harvard Medical School studied this exact exercise and found it improved balance by 47% in seniors after just 30 days. 47%. That's honestly the difference between confidently walking to your mailbox and, well, being terrified of your own stairs. And in just 60 seconds, I'm going to walk you through this step by step. But first, I need to know something. Which worries you more? Falling at home or falling in public? Comment below, because understanding your fear is actually the first step to overcoming it. And be honest, there's no judgment here. I was terrified of falling in the grocery store where everyone could see. Alright, let me show you exactly how to do this, and if you have bad knees, stick with me, because at minute 4 I'll show you the modification. First, stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. Not narrow, not super wide, just comfortable. Now here's the part everyone gets wrong. Most people think you bend your knees forward. No, watch my feet. You're going to sit back, like you're sitting in a chair that's behind you. Feel that? Your weight shifts to your heels. This is crucial. If your weight is on your toes, you're doing it wrong and you won't get the proprioception benefit. Comment yes if you can feel the difference in your heels right now. I want to make sure you're doing this correctly. Now, slowly bend your knees and lower down, but keep your back straight, not leaning forward, straight up and down. Imagine a string pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Only go down as far as comfortable. For me on day 1, that was about 3 inches. By day 30, I could go down a foot. But here's the key. It's not about how low you go, it's about the quality of the position. Your knees should be over your ankles, never past your toes. If they're going past your toes, you're leaning too far forward. Adjust your weight back. Now stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you is the real secret that even some trainers don't know. While you're in this position, I want you to press your feet into the ground. Actively press, like you're trying to spread the floor apart. Feel that engagement up your legs? That's your body waking up. That's proprioception activating. Those are neural pathways that have been asleep for years, suddenly firing again. This is what makes horse stance different from standing on one foot or using a balance board. You're not testing your balance, you're rebuilding the foundation of it. And here's what the monks taught me that changed everything. Pause. Breathe. Sounds simple, but most people hold their breath in this position. Breathe deeply through your nose, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. This oxygenates your muscles and calms your nervous system. The moment you get shaky, that's not weakness, that's your body learning. Now, how long should you hold this? On day 1, 10 seconds. That's it. 10 seconds, 3 times throughout the day. Because here's what I learned the hard way. This isn't about being a hero. It's about consistency. 10 seconds done correctly is worth more than 1 minute done wrong. And here comes the part that proves this works. Wait until you see the transformation photos at minute 6. Comment your age below and I'll tell you exactly which variation to start with, because if you're 60 to 70 with no joint issues, you can start with what I just showed you, but if you're over 70 or have knee problems, here's your modification. Stand next to a counter or sturdy chair. Same stance, feet shoulder width, but keep one hand lightly touching the counter, and I mean lightly, fingertips only. This gives you confidence without taking away the balance challenge. Lower down only 2 or 3 inches. That's enough. You'll still get every benefit. And if that's still too much, here's the secret modification the monks taught me for beginners. Stand with your back against a wall, feet forward about 12 inches from the wall. Now slide down the wall, keeping your back flat against it. This completely removes the balance challenge and lets you focus purely on leg strength and position. This is not cheating, this is smart training. I did this for the first week and my legs burned like crazy. You know what's amazing? I've now taught this to over 500 seniors, people in their 60s, 70s, even had an 82-year-old woman in my community class, and here's what I keep hearing, I can feel my legs again. That's proprioception coming back. One woman told me she could suddenly feel the texture of her carpet through her feet for the first time in years. That's not magic, that's your nervous system reconnecting. And if you're still watching right now, you're in the top 5% of viewers, which tells me you're serious about this, so let me share something personal. Week 2 of my challenge, I almost quit. My thighs were sore. I felt ridiculous standing in my living room in this position, and honestly, I didn't think it was working. But on day 16, something happened. I was walking down my driveway, stepped on a wet leaf, and my ankle rolled. In the past, that would have been a fall. Guaranteed. But my body, it caught itself. Automatically. No thinking. My leg just knew what to do. And I stood there in my driveway, literally crying, because I realized, this is working. My body is learning again. Have you ever fallen? Share your story in the comments, because I promise you, your story will help someone else feel less alone, and it helps me know how to make better videos for you. Here's what happened to my body over 30 days. My resting balance improved by 43%. I measured it with a simple one-leg stand test. My confidence going up and down stairs went from a 3 out of 10 to an 8. But here's the most shocking thing. My posture changed. Because horse stance forces you to engage your core and keep your spine straight, my chronic lower back pain, that I'd had for 15 years, reduced by about 70%. I wasn't even trying to fix my back. It just happened. And the research backs this up. That Harvard study I mentioned, they also found improvements in core strength, hip stability, and even cognitive function, because when you're concentrating on your position, breathing, and body awareness, you're training your brain too. Now here's the challenge I'm giving you, and I bet 90% of you won't do it, but I hope you prove me wrong. 7 days. That's all I'm asking. Do this exercise for 10 seconds, 3 times a day, for 7 days. That's 4 minutes of total exercise over an entire week. Comment, I'm in, right now, if you'll commit to this. And here's why I'm asking for that comment. It's not for me, it's for you. When you publicly commit, you're 42% more likely to follow through. Science proves it. And here's what I want you to do. After you do it on day 1, comment day 1 below. Then come back and comment day 2, day 3, all the way through. I'll be here responding, cheering you on, answering questions. You're not doing this alone. Type balance in the comments if you want me to send you a free 7-day challenge PDF with photos, timing guides, and progressions. I created it specifically for this video. Just type the word balance and I'll make sure you get it. Now, let me give you the 3 biggest mistakes people make with horse stance, because if you make these mistakes you won't get the results. Mistake number 1, going too low, too fast. Your ego wants to prove you can do it. Your knees don't care about your ego. Start shallow. Progress slowly. Mistake number 2, holding your breath. I see this constantly. Tension builds, you hold your breath, you get shaky, you quit. Breathe, always breathe. Mistake number 3, doing it once and giving up. This is not a pill. This is a practice. The magic happens in the consistency, not the intensity. Look, I'm 65 years old. I watched my father lose his independence after one fall. I lived in fear of my own stairs, and one ancient exercise that Shaolin monks have done for thousands of years gave me my confidence back. If it worked for me, if it worked for 76-year-old monks, if it worked for 500 people in my community, it can work for you. What's your biggest fear about falling? Comment below and be specific, because your fear is valid and addressing it is the first step to freedom. Tomorrow I'm posting a video about the Shaolin breathing technique that increases oxygen to your brain by 35% and pairs perfectly with horse stance. You won't want to miss it. And if you want more fall-proof exercises like this, ancient wisdom backed by modern science, click that subscribe button right now. We're building a community of people who just refuse to let age define their capabilities. Remember, 10 seconds, 3 times a day, 7 days. That's your challenge. Comment, I'm in below. Rate your current balance 1 to 10 so I know where you're starting, and come back tomorrow to tell me about day 1. Watch me one more time. Feet shoulder width. Sit back into your heels. Lower down just a few inches. Back straight. Press feet into ground. Breathe. 10 seconds. You've got this. Your body is capable of so much more than you think. Let's prove it together. I'll see you in the